So the Redmi Note 8 Pro has arrived in India and well, it seems like a really good budget smartphone. But hey, it's not going to be easy for Xiaomi this time around because it's taking on the Realme XT, which is another power-packed budget smartphone. So which is the phone you should buy, the Redmi Note 8 Pro or the Realme XT? Well, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com and let's find out. Now before we start, let me get something out. So this is an updated video because the last time we made the mistake of saying that the Realme XT has a plastic back. Well, that was a big mistake and so we took the video down. Well, I just want to say that I'm really sorry for the blunder. I just confused it with the X. Anyway, that's out, so let's get to the comparison. So this here is the new Redmi Note 8 Pro and the Realme XT side by side, and well, it's clear that both of these phones look very similar. In fact, too similar. Starting off with the back, the Redmi Note 8 Pro has a Gorilla Glass 5 back and the Realme XT has a Gorilla Glass 5 back as well. Now both the phones look good, right? The Realme XT is a little lighter and sleeker, which I like, but the Note 8 Pro brings a bigger battery, so yeah, tough call. On the front too, these phones look very similar as you can see, but there's one big difference. The Redmi Note 8 Pro comes with an IPS LCD display while the Realme XT features an AMOLED display. Well, this is where the Realme XT gets a big plus. I mean, the Note 8 Pro's IPS LCD display is great. It's bright, it's beautiful, but the AMOLED display with its more punchy colors and true deep blacks just gives the XT an edge. The Realme XT display just looks better. Anyway, thanks to AMOLED, the XT features an in-display fingerprint scanner as well, while the Note 8 Pro features a physical fingerprint scanner on the back. Yeah, this is not a camera lens, this in fact is the fingerprint scanner. Well, both of these scanners are pretty fast. The physical scanner on the Note 8 Pro is a little faster, while the XT's in-display scanner on the front is a little more convenient. I think you'll be fine with any one of these. Apart from that, both the phones have really fast face unlock, so that is great. And then there's the fact that both of these phones have the headphone jack, the USB-C port, the usual buttons. But the Redmi Note 8 Pro does bring a couple of really underrated features that the Realme XT lacks. It has the IR blaster, which is something a lot of people use in Xiaomi phones, and secondly, it has the notification LED, which is definitely great to have. Anyway, let's talk about the performance now. So the Realme XT features a capable mid-range processor in the form of the Snapdragon 712, while the Redmi Note 8 Pro has a lot of hype going for its new gaming-centric MediaTek Helio G90T chipset. And well, the hype is real. Here are the benchmark scores from both of these phones. In Antutu, you can see that the MediaTek chipset easily beats the Snapdragon 712. Now here's the Geekbench score now. Again, you can see that the Helio G90T is just way ahead. In fact, its scores are even better than the Snapdragon 730 on the Redmi K20. So it's clear that the MediaTek G90T is the more powerful processor here, no doubts about that. When it comes to real-world performance, it's hard to notice the difference between these phones. I mean, I've been using these phones on a day-to-day basis and both of these phones have been fairly nice and smooth. However, there is some difference when it comes to gaming. See, these are the max graphics settings on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. HDR graphics and ultra frame rates, that's amazing. While on the Realme XT, these are the max graphics. Yes, HD graphics with high frame rate. Now this is nice, but obviously playing at HDR Ultra is a way better experience, and I like the fact that the Helio G90T handles the game at these high graphics settings with a lot of ease. It's nice and smooth, and it's been lag-free in almost all my gaming sessions, so it's good. I also played Call of Duty Mobile on both of these phones, and the game ran at very high graphics with a lot of ease, and since the game is very well optimized, there wasn't really a major difference here. See, the Realme XT with Snapdragon 712 is a phone that performs really well, but the Helio G90T on the Note 8 Pro is just the more powerful chipset. Having said that, we will be testing out the MediaTek G90T chipset on the Redmi Note 8 Pro in the coming few days to check out its battery efficiency, the frame rates it offers in games, and a lot more, so stay tuned for that dedicated video. Apart from that, I know there are a few questions regarding the Gcam support on the MediaTek chipset, so let me answer them really quickly. Well, first of all, the Redmi Note 8 Pro has full camera to API support, as you can see, and Xiaomi has released the kernel sources for the phone, unlike a lot of other MediaTek phones in the past. Also, developers have ported Gcam mods for Realme phones with MediaTek chipsets, although they weren't exactly feature-packed mods. But yeah, all of this makes me hope that we will be getting a fully working Gcam mod for the Note 8 Pro very soon. Anyway, since we are talking about Gcam, let's talk about the cameras on these things. So both of these phones have the exact same quad camera setup. A 64 megapixel primary camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor. Yeah, it's the same cameras on both of these phones and the results are pretty close too. Let's start with the daytime shots. So in this shot, you can see that the Realme XT has captured slightly oversaturated colors, as you can see in the plants. I mean, it looks pleasing, but clearly the Note 8 Pro photo has more natural colors. Now let's just check out the details on the chair. Well, see, here the Redmi Note 8 Pro has better details. Anyway, let's move on to the next shot. Again, the XT just oversaturates things, and if you prefer that, it's great, but the Note 8 Pro does have natural colors. And if we zoom in on this here, the details are just better in the Note 8 Pro photo. And honestly, this is the case with other photos as well in daytime. Moving on to low light, where it's very close. See, both of these phones in low light are not perfect, and both of these phones have their issues. As you can see in this shot, both of the phones have captured bright shots, and while the Note 8 Pro has handled the light slightly better, it has a lot of noise, which I don't like. The Realme XT is better in that regard, so that's nice. On to the next photo. Here the photos look fine, but if we zoom in on this light, the Realme XT photo is a little overexposed. So yes, the Note 8 Pro photo is better here. In this next comparison, let's just zoom in. Here the Realme XT photo is brighter and sharper. See, in low light, it's very close, and there's no clear winner, honestly. Both the phones also have the night mode, and when it comes to the night mode, the XT is the winner. Just look at this comparison. The Realme XT photo is brighter, and the night mode here brings a major impact, unlike the Note 8 Pro's night mode. Moving on to the ultra wide angle lens. Here are some ultra wide angle photos shot from the Realme XT and the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Well, as you can see, the photos are pretty good. Both of them take some really cool ultra wide angle shots, but let's just zoom in on this photo. Well, it's clear that the Redmi Note 8 Pro's ultra wide angle lens captures slightly more detail than the Realme XT's ultra wide angle lens. So yeah, there's that. When it comes to portrait mode, check out this comparison. So both the phones are doing a little bit of smoothing on the face, but the Note 8 Pro is better. I mean, just look at the colors and see how Realme XT just ruins the t-shirt. The Realme XT photo honestly seems edited with HDRscape in Snapseed. Anyway, here are a couple of more portrait mode shots. Yeah, the Note 8 Pro is just better here. Both the phones also have the macro lens, and I took a few macro shots, and well, I found the Note 8 Pro to be better here. As you can see in this macro shot, the leaves have a lot more detail in the Note 8 Pro photo. I tried to take this photo multiple times from the XT, and well, the result was the same. Here's another shot, and while I don't like the photos from any of these phones here, the Note 8 Pro shot is a little better. Then there's the videos. Both the phones shoot 4K at 30 FPS videos, so here's a 4K video shot from the phone. So in this video, both aren't very stable. I mean, there's no OIS, so obviously. However, the details on the Note 8 Pro video are better. Just look at the surface. Here's a 1080p video now, where again the Note 8 Pro video has more details. Yes, the video on the Note 8 Pro does look a little dark, but it's more stable, so there's that as well. Lastly, there's the selfie cameras. The Redmi Note 8 Pro comes with a 20 megapixel camera, while the Realme XT comes with a 16 megapixel camera. Now both of these phones take great selfies. I mean, making Akshay look good is an impossible task, but both of these phones manage to do that. But hey, if you look closely, you can see that the Realme XT selfie looks better. Just look at his beard. It's more clear and sharp. Well, here are a couple of more selfies that show the same. Look, it's clear that both the phones have pretty evenly matched cameras, but if you want me to pick one winner, I'd go with the Redmi Note 8 Pro. See, the Redmi Note 8 Pro captures better daytime photos, better portrait mode shots, better ultra wide angle shots, better macros, and better videos. Yeah, that's a lot of better. The Realme XT, on the other hand, is good too. It has a better night mode, takes better selfies, and it's as good as the Note 8 Pro in low light, but yes, the Note 8 Pro obviously wins it for me. Lastly, there's the battery. The Redmi Note 8 Pro bumps up the battery to 4500 mAh, and it finally brings an 18-watt fast charger in the box. The Realme XT, on the other hand, packs in a decently big 4000 mAh battery, and it comes with a very fast 20-watt Whoop charger. So when it comes to battery performance, both of these phones were pretty similar. I mean, yes, the Redmi Note 8 Pro has a bigger battery, and it easily lasted me for more than a day on almost all occasions. But the Realme XT with the AMOLED display, which is more power efficient, also managed to do the same. So yeah, it's very similar. Yes, sometimes the Redmi Note 8 Pro was slightly better, but it's not a huge difference. When it comes to charging though, the Realme XT is obviously faster. I mean, it's a smaller battery and faster charger, so the Realme XT goes from 10 to 100% in just 78 minutes. While the Redmi Note 8 Pro takes 120 minutes to go from 10 to 100%. So yeah, the Realme XT is obviously faster. Now coming to the price, the Realme XT starts at Rs 15,999 for its 4GB 64GB variant, while the Redmi Note 8 Pro is expected to be priced around 14 or 15K for its 6GB, 64GB variant. So which is the budget smartphone to buy? Well, it's a tough call, but if you really ask me, I think the Redmi Note 8 Pro wins it for me. See, don't get me wrong, the Realme XT is a great phone too. But I think the Note 8 Pro is a little better. It's not a big margin, but the Note 8 Pro has the more powerful gaming-centric chipset, and I love that. And it has better overall camera performance. Now, both of these points are important and something that matter to a lot of people when they're buying a budget smartphone. Having said that, the Realme XT is also a pretty good all-round phone. It has a more lightweight design and it has a beautiful AMOLED display. And if you want that, it's still a good phone to buy. But yeah, when it comes to the comparison, the Redmi Note 8 Pro is better. But that was our comparison of the Redmi Note 8 Pro and the Realme XT. Well, both of these are pretty capable budget smartphones, but which one are you going for? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to share it with your friends who have been confused with the Redmi Note 8 Pro and the Realme XT. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.